I was working on a film with Rihanna.
Mhm.
This is the end. We was filming on location out in the middle of somewhere. We had some very interesting run-ins during our 9 days together on that set.
Damn.
It was real interesting to say the least, but it definitely the theory was proven that shit nobody likes to be ignored, you know.
Mm.
And all I was trying to do was not make her uncomfortable. You feel me?
Right. Mhm.
And next thing you know, I look up and she damn near like, what the fuck I got to do? Come punch you in your fucking face, nigga? Cause I will. You gonna give me
Damn.
some fucking attention though. And it was noticeable to damn near everybody on the set. She didn't seem to give a fuck. She like, this nigga's ignoring me. And I don't like that shit. But the whole time I'm just trying to stay at a distance, you know what I'm saying? Because she had already looked at me like I had shit on me. And I was surprised when they brought me back for additional days because I had them filmed the 3 days that they had initially booked me for. And they booked me for some additional days. They changed to another scenery, which they went from out of the home onto the lawn where the party was taking place. And they'll book me for additional days. So I'm knowing if she didn't want me on that set, all she had to do was snap her fingers. You understand what I'm saying? But she had gave me this look like when we first met at the cast party. She had like just gave me this look like I was somebody that a homeboy or something. Like, who the fuck is this nigga? In a real, it wasn't like a disgust type way. Just like she was totally off guard that somebody that looked like me was at this party. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is he? This a street nigga. I know a street nigga when I see one. What the fuck is he doing at this party? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was that kind of look. Like, this ain't no damn actor. This is a street nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who in the fuck let him in here? Don't This guy's dangerous. Don't y'all know that? That's the look that she was. So I turned back around and started talking to Nicholas, who I was there with. Nicholas was James Franco's stand-in, and he was also happened to be at that time. He was my roommate. A model for he was an on-call model for Ford and had been for like several years into that business. So he was like the same height and build as James Franco. So he got booked for this gig. And he's a prankster, so he didn't tell me no idea that it's like, hey man, you want to go to a party with me? Because we were also stage preppers and riggers that put stages together by daytime. That was our regular gig of how we met. When we was working in Chicago is when we first met. We was build these big stages and these huge arenas for like rock stars and country stars and what have you, working on those crews. That's how we met. But he
Oh,
got
okay.
this gig to stand in for James Franco, and by that time we had moved to New Orleans because we had the crew that we was with had a contract for like several big shows that was coming to the New Orleans arena and to the Superdome, and we was gonna be there a few months doing those shows. So we had moved to New Orleans, and hey man, you wanna go to this party with me? They allowed him to bring a guest or whatever, and you know he didn't give me no heads up at all that when I walked in this party that you know yeah, Kevin Harder be here, Jonah Hill, Seth Rogan, uh, Michael Serra. Oh yeah, by the way, Rihanna, she might be there too. He never told me none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So yeah, I'm at the party, already just kind of like bugging out on the other celebrities that I see there because there was several others other than the ones that I was mentioning. Some I knew, some I didn't know that was there, and they had flown in models to fill out the rest of the crew at the party or what have you, and they were also there all at this cast party. And Rihanna wasn't there when I arrived, but she arrived shortly thereafter. And I was just standing there talking to Nick. When she walked in, I had my back to Nick, looking at, I think it was Craig Robertson, who had just came in.
Mhm.
And she walked in when I was telling Nick, I was like, look, that's Craig Robertson. Like, yeah, I love that nigga. That nigga, that funny as fuck. Just like, then she walked in. So when she walked in, she was like we was directly facing one another, and this heifer stopped dead in her tracks. Her hairdresser, which is her best friend, like ran into the back of her because she stopped so suddenly, just came to a halt and just stood there staring at me with that crazy ass look on her face.
Oh, yeah, that meant you was supposed to been looking.
It
She
made me
said,
feel a
"Look at
little
her."
made me feel a little uncomfortable, to be kind of honest with you, because it's this Rihanna. You feel me?
Right. Well,
And she was, I got a few pictures that I was sneaking and taking pictures of her while we was on set, and I know she saw me. You feel what I'm saying? But
I'm pretty
when with
sure she did.
the first words that we had, it was like on the first second day of filming, because I was just how I ended up in the film when I met Seth Rogan, who was directing,
Mhm.
and he was kind of like caught up on. He was like kind of caught up on my look. He was told James Franco I had a unique look, right? And I might
Right.
fit in with these particular set of models that they had or what have you, because they did really. To make a long story short, they was trying to get more niggas up in there. Just had to be the right kind of niggas. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was party scenes, something similar to what the real party was where we were. It was just in a different location that was actually on a movie set. And at the private party where we was, it was at somebody's private residence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got at me through my roommate, because I was scheduled to work. Nick had already took days off to do that gig, and I was scheduled to work the following day. When they started filming, I was scheduled to work, but then I called in and took off. They had asked Nick, would I be interested in participating in the filming at the party? And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, hell yeah, I can do that, especially with the little money that they was, some crazy money that they was offering, because it was all SAG rate. Even at that point, I was still SAG eligible. It was after that, shortly I became SAG, but I was just SAG eligible. But they still paid me SAG rate.
What movie was this?
This is the end. It's called This Is the End, where there is a lot of these celebrities get trapped up in this house
Uh
when
huh.
some a big meteorite strike the earth, a big meteor, and all of them get trapped up in this house together. It's a comedy. It's funny as fuck. They be bugging out on now, like big time. Especially Michael Serra and Craig Robertson them. They be bugging out. But man, we had a ball on that on that film set, and Poe Kevin Hart. This was when he was still with his the fiance, the one that he didn't marry, and it's like they seemed like they fought the whole time. She made his time there so miserable.
Oh,
They was fighting like every time when I saw them somewhere looking at like I'm looking at them at a distance, you could tell that they was like fussing and fighting. Like
yeah.
she had to force him, at this point, you know, if you don't take me with you everywhere you go now, it's over kind of shit.
Mm, that's
that's
crazy.
another that's another reason why uh I don't, what I'm saying, try to get seriously involved with nobody because I be doing those type of gigs or what have you. And it's like, people gonna give you hell about that type of shit. It's like you finna be away at weeks at a time at some hotel in the middle of nowhere because of course you have to keep all of that information confidential. You can't give out the locations and through the confidentiality agreements and shit. So and that only just they can't even know where you are.
Yeah.
Different film locations. I've actually saw people get fired for that shit. They be dead serious. So yeah, that's was one of my experiences that I was blessed enough to. It's like one of those kind of things make you question why. It's like it's a billion people would kill to be in this room, and you spent 9 days with Rihanna, like literally seeing her every day to the point to where she was, like I say, it was damn near. But it was the third day of filming when we finally had some words, some conversation. I was behind her in the catering tent.
Uh huh.
It's like when I came in to get something to eat, nobody was behind her in the line, and I walked up like right behind her, and then of course it's like she was taking her fucking time. So I had to end up getting closer and closer. Or it would have been obvious that I was trying to stay the fuck away from her.
So you try to stay away, huh?
And like
Yeah.
I say, she had already gave me this look that I didn't necessarily know exactly what it meant. So at this point,
Right.
she could have just been tolerating me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she turned around and asked her tray was full. She had a tray full of shit and asked me to bring something to her table for her because there wasn't no more room on her tray food.
Damn. She said she wants the grub.
you know, and she was like embarrassed about it because that she's a greedy heifer. She had all types of, well, I wouldn't say greedy, just long eyed. She's spoiled, so everything that she sees, she wanted. Just
Yeah.
grabbing shit and catering be full of everything that they feel like she might like be out there. So she just grabbing shit. And it was funny because she was looking for some, but she seen that it was I think it was some kind of pudding or something. Once cause she hadn't got to the dessert, and she got to the dessert and was looking at the dessert. It was funny as hell because I was just standing back there because she was like didn't know she was gonna go put up the tray on the table,
Uh
then come back and get a dessert. And she looked back at me, was like, "You just gonna stand there, or you gonna fucking help me?
huh.
Cause I'm trying to get this damn pudding. Damn, it looks so delicious, doesn't it? So I brought it to a table for her. After that was like just a couple of other words that was exchanged when in passing.
Right.
But of course, I'm not trying to believe this. Got to be a coincidence. This woman just bumped into me because I know Rihanna is not on this fucking set trying to get my attention.
She might have been.
It's so many different other paths that she could have walked and took her mark.
Well, maybe she didn't want to.
This was like the fifth day maybe when that happened.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, this was like the fifth day. And I said, I know this woman didn't just bump into me. She was walking, she came up walking from the back of me. I had no idea that because they was waiting for her to arrive on set, and she had then
Yeah,
arrived, and by then the hype had then kind of died down of, the stars being around. Cause it was long days of filming. You feel me? Motherfuckers wasn't
right.
looking forward to being up out there another all night, 14 whole hours. So let's try to get this shit knocked out, please.
Yeah.
You feel me? And she came walking up to go to the front to stand on her mark and like bumped dead into the side of me. And Nick just gave me this look and started laughing because he was a stand-in. He could move about and just about be anywhere except for when they needed him, which was
Right.
when James Franco wasn't there. But in my capacity, they were setting us in place to begin filming. So I was standing on my mark, and Nick was over there standing with me up until they got ready to, start filming.
Yeah.
So Rihanna came in to stand on her mark. And I'm like, why did she choose to come this particular fucking path with all of these? And she could have came in from any direction, and this heifer had nerve enough to bump me.
She was trying to get your attention.
I'm naive. But I've always been to when it comes to that sort of thing. That's always you have to literally slap me because I would never nobody's first choice as a adolescent. You feel what I'm saying? I always was made to feel like I was strange looking and you know not so desirable or what have you, and we was real poor, so I was always insecure about that type of stuff. Ain't
And
no
you're
way
not
in the
alone.
hell. I'm like, ain't no way in the hell. And but the thing about it was was standing out so much because I was literally the only person of that caliber that was on that set, and of course, she recognized that. It's like,
Well,
yeah,
you
nigga,
know,
you. It's like you from the street, like you, nigga. Look like they went and got your ass straight out the projects and brought you here.
but you know what? It's always true. You know what they say. You know, people are watching when you think nobody's watching.